According to a new leak, Fromsoftware's next game after Armored Core 6 will be called Spellbound. The game has been in development since mid 2021. Current release window is for Q1 2025. Earliest possible reveal is a few seconds long teaser during this year's The Game Awards. Earliest possible trailer will be shown in summer 2024, most likely June 2024. The game is directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki. The game will be published by Fromsoftware as well. There will be no third-party studios publishing this game. The game will release solely on the next-gen consoles and PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. The game is mainly a spin-off of the Souls formula with a heavy emphasis on magic. The game takes place in a late 18th century European-inspired fictional world. The game has one very large legacy dungeon, which is the city in which game takes place in, and an open world outside it. The city is about 2 to 3 times larger than all of Elden Ring's dungeons combined, and is probably the most interconnected world of Fromsoftware has designed so far. The open world segment of the game is as big as 2 to 3 open world areas of Elden Ring. The open world segments of the game contains forests, farmlands, mountain areas, coasts, villages, caves, and smaller dungeons. Overall, the game size is probably slightly smaller than Elden Ring. Spells can be wielded like weapons and have movesets like normal weapons. Charged R2, R1 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 combos, backstep R1, etc. There is no MP bar in the game, and spells do not have a finite use. They use stamina, which generates like any other Souls game. There are still melee weapons in the game, and melee builds are still a viable option. It's just that the main focus of the game is on spells. There are melee weapons with magical abilities, projectiles. There is a system similar to the Ashes of War system from Elden Ring. The game has no set protagonist, and there is a character creator. The game will have multiplayer. There is no chalice dungeon-like system. There is a great emphasis on customizing your gear, clothing. Customizing your gear and clothing gives them various effects that changes them both visually and gameplay wise. There are weapons that are similar to trick weapons from Bloodborne, but these have a magical stance and a normal melee stance instead of a physical transformation. The game in general is a bit more action oriented and less RPG oriented. I would classify it as being much more RPG oriented than Sekiro and a bit less than Bloodborne. There are underwater areas in the game, and the player character can swim. The player character can crouch, jump, and hug walls, however they cannot climb. There is a day-night cycle in the game, however it is mostly visual, and it only has some effects on some enemies and select few areas.